PSA is once again having a non-sports trading card $15 special, and I have a stack of a bunch of miscellaneous cards that I've had sitting around for a little while that I wanted to send in. So we've got some modern, some vintage, mostly like HeartGold SoulSilver and Sun and Moon, and then some promos. Just a bunch of kind of crazy stuff in here. So just gonna go through and show you guys what I got. Let's start with the Sun and Moon tag teams. Most of these are tag teams. Some of these are full art GXs. They're all the full arts. I do want to pick up the rainbows at some point as well, but I wanted to start with the full arts. I like the full arts a lot. Starting off with one where I got to show you the card, the details. So in my last submission, I kind of thought that they weren't really looking at the backs of the cards because I got so many freaking 10s. And I don't know if that's a new back Japanese thing. Like, I'm sure they look at the backs of cards, but the amount of 10s I had with significant whitening was kind of wild. So I wanted to do a little test. This card has, as you can see, it's got like some of these little kind of dimples and indents. They're like really little pinhole sort of things, and it's kind of all across the card. There's a little bit here and there, a little bit up there, there's a little bit down here. So I want to see if they catch those or not. If it's a PSA 6, we'll know that they caught it. If it's a PSA 10, we'll know that they missed it or that they're not paying attention. One thing that I worry about with these Sun and Moon full art GXs is centering. So obviously there's a border on a border on a border, so it's really easy to see whether or not these cards are off center. But all of these cards are super mint otherwise. So there might be some small centering here and there. Otherwise, these cards are very, very mint. I didn't pull any of these. I actually bought these off of Bai. You can get these for fairly cheap right now just because I don't think a lot of people are looking for them. And I don't necessarily know if it's a thing that will go up in the future or anything like that. I know that a lot of kids, when I was doing my local shows, actually came up and asked me, do you have any tag teams? Do you have any tag teams? It's a question that I heard quite a lot. So right after that show, I started looking into kind of the Japanese tag teams, and I just picked some up because I really like the tag teams as well. Multiple Pokemon on a card. Love this one, Mewtwo, Mew. And obviously Sun and Moon has the alternate arts as well, so I might pick those up. The alternate arts are a little less attractive in terms of price. They're a little more pricey, but in like PSA 9s, you're not going to be, there's not much margin on them unless you're lucky and able to find them for cheaper, and they're probably more sought after than these, which are, you know, less rare. But I just really like these. We got Gengar, Mimikyu. Now we're getting into the full art GXs. We got Greninja, we got Dragonite, we've got Lugia. This one's really cool. I do love Lugia. We got Rayquaza, of course. Just trying to grab the more popular Pokemon, the legendaries, the starters, the most popular stuff, because liquidity is in the popularity in a lot of ways. See, you can see this one is a little bit off center, like top to bottom, left to right. So we'll see if the centering here is that much of an issue or not, or if we still have 10 potential. The rest of the cards are mint, so in my opinion, unless they're going to dock pretty heavily on centering, if it's a little off, left to right, top to bottom, we should be getting a lot of 10s from these cards, in my opinion. I've looked at these multiple times. There's no dents, barely. I mean, there's pretty much no whitening. They are literally mint. So that's our last of our Japanese Sun and Moon. Now we go into the promos. We've got one special delivery Charizard. You can see that the centering is way off on this puppy, left to right. I had one other one, but it's got a little like a crushed corner on it. But I'm hoping that this one can still pull the 8. It's pretty clean otherwise. I was pretty happy to see that it doesn't really have any whitening at all. It's just centering is off. So hopefully we can still pull the 8 on that. I think if I sent to CGC, I might be able to get a 9, because they seem to be a little more lenient on, like, this would probably get like an 8.5 centering or something like that. And if the rest of the card was mint, it could probably still pull the 9. For PSA, I don't know. Something this far off, that's more like a 50-50 or like a 80-20 or 70-30 centering. It's pretty off. So hopefully we can still pull the 8. Now we have these promos. These promos are notoriously terrible condition out of the boxes. I tried to pull out the 3 that I thought were the nicest looking. You can obviously see we have the cut issue at the top here. I have seen 10s with the cut issue, which is crazy to me. I don't know why they would give a card like this a 10, but I have seen cards like this get a 10. And as far as I know, there's a little white dot in the top left corner here, but otherwise, in terms of whitening, there's really nothing else. And centering is pretty decent, so I'm hoping for 8s and 9s on these. Prices are really attractive right now. They're really far down on these. I think even, I forget if it's an 8s are going for like 30 bucks or if that's 9s that are going for like 30 bucks, but they are pretty cheap. So I'm hoping to hit a 10. Again, really clean on the back, hardly any whitening, little off center on the back, but otherwise this one looks clean as well, apart from, you know, some tough edge cuts. And we have our last one here. This one's probably the best looking of them. It's a little off top to bottom. The rest of centering looks okay. And then there's really no whitening. There's a little white dot in the bottom right, but really no other whitening on the card. Oh, we have one of these Trainer Gallery Charizards. I was looking through my Trainer Gallery cards, and recently I pulled a Charizard. So Charizard is Charizard. These Trainer Galleries in 9s I think still go for like 30 bucks ish. So to me, it's still worth trying to send in. I think we have a chance at a 10. The centering's pretty good. There's not much whitening on the back. There's a little dot in a corner, but otherwise they look pretty decent. I pulled this out of my Pokemon Go box that I bought in Japan. I got the Charizard, very happy about that. And obviously I pulled it myself, so it's very mint. I would expect a PSA 10, but we'll see how it goes. You don't expect any 10s, man. You just can't. But the centering is a little off top to bottom, not too bad. And it's just a really nice looking Pokemon Go Charizard. I actually just bought some of the alternate radiants from the V-Star universe, the Charizards. Those ones look really good. I think they're Saito artwork, which is nice. I think I got 4 of them for like $6 a piece. So I'll be sending those in my next submission. But yeah, really excited to send this guy in. We have another Secret Wonders Charizard. Very, very minty. Other than this little piece of whitening down there you can see. But otherwise, extremely mint. So hoping for a 10. Centering is really, really nice on this. And no swirls, unfortunately. But beautiful Charizard. Really like it. That's like my 3rd or 4th that I'm sending in for grading of that Charizard. I've been doing really well with those. Now we've got the Scarlet and Violet promo. A lot of these going out right now. A lot of these coming back right now. I don't know how low this card's going to go, but it is just a beautiful promo, so I had to send mine in. I should have probably sent them in sooner, but I got 2 of them. I pre-ordered the Scarlet and Violet games, and they're both obviously minty. I actually got these at the Pokemon Center, so they actually handed them to me. One interesting thing about this is I got to see just the volume of these, like how many of these they actually had. And this was just one Pokemon Center, but they were just giant rows of boxes of these promos. It was wild. So there is a shit ton of these out there. Now we have a Prime card. This is for Alligator Prime. Really like the Prime cards a lot. I think that for some reason, people didn't like maybe the zoomed up kind of darker nature of the primes, and they're not really fantastic Pokemon. They didn't choose like a super good selection of Pokemon to make into prime cards, but I really, really like these prime cards. I think they look really cool. So this was the one out of about 4 of them that I bought that was like super clean, super mint. So hopefully a good grade on that. And last but not least, you guys have seen these cards before because I just keep submitting them, but we have Espeon, Arcanine. I love that artwork. And here are some that I haven't submitted, but I just really like the artwork of the HeartGold SoulSilver era, and some of these cards just look really nice. So we have Rapidash, really cool artwork. We have Noctowl. Look at that holo. So much action there. So cool. We have Blossom. Very, very nice. These are all mint as well. There aren't any whitening or anything. We have Slowking. And then we have a nice Gliscor. There is a swirl coming off his hand there, which is pretty cool. We have another Pichu. I've already sent in 1, got a PSA 10, so hopefully we send in another one, get a PSA 10. We got the Raichu from the same set. Very beautiful. And then we have 2 of these Agrons. They both have swirls up by the arm. So they both have swirls up by the arm. Really nice looking cards, really minty. So yeah, hoping for a lot more 10s from this submission, just like I got 10s in the last submission. Fingers crossed. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be getting this back, I'm sure, in a couple months, and then I'll be doing a return video, show you guys what grades I actually received. Have a fantastic holiday. This should be coming out shortly after the holiday, so hopefully you guys had a fantastic Christmas, and we'll see you later. Bye.